Welcome everybody to my first YouTube video for Switch Hit Games channel. This is going to be an exploration guide, so we'll show you, even as a new bro, how to start from the very beginning. And if you're a returning veteran, this will be the guide for you. Hope you enjoy the content. All right, so there's several questions when someone begins to explore for the first time, and that is, which ship do I fly? How do I fit the ship? Where do I go? And what do I do to actually hack and get the loot? And we're going to be answering all those questions in this video. First, which ship do I fly? Right now, I am in a Heron. There are several different exploration ships. If you are a Mar, we'll be flying in the Magnate. The Magnate has pretty much the same bonuses as the other three ships. If you are Caldari, you'll be using the Heron. That's the one we're going to be using today. If you're Galente, you'll be the Amicus. And if you are Minmatar, you're going to be the Probe. All right, so today we're going to be using the Heron. You can use this right out of the gate. This is a very low-level ship. All right, so the second question most pilots ask on how to explore is, how do I fit my ship? Well, there are only two absolute vital pieces of equipment that you'll need to explore with. The very first one is going to be a core probe launcher. You should be able to go to requirements by right-clicking on the item, going to show info, looking at requirements. You'll need Astrometrics 1 and Science 3. You also need some core scanner probes and either a data analyzer or a relic analyzer. Since we're going to be going out in space that may have both of those sites, we're going to carry both. In a later video, we'll talk about the rest of this fit in the highs, mids, and lows. But for now, those are the two things that you need to purchase for your ship, and that's how to fit the Heron. The second thing most people ask is, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? If you go up to your Neocom, click the E right there, go to Activities, and then Map. Right now, we're in Jita. This is the main trading hub. I'm just going to go right out here to this 0.7. So right now, this is a 0.9. Very high security. We're going to stay in high sec. That's anything 0.5 and up. I'm just going to go over here to this 0.7 right here. I'm going to right click on this point in my map and hit set destination. We're just going to hit the undock button. So this should be able to answer the where do I go? So pretty much anywhere in space. You don't want to be in Jita or a highly populated area. We're going to go in one room right next door to Jita and do some scanning. Over here on the overview in your general tab, you'll notice that the gate you need to go to is highlighted yellow. So then right click on that and hit jump. That's the gate right here in front of us. The very first thing we're going to want to do is go straight over to our Warp 2 tab, sort by type, by clicking it and making sure that type has an arrow facing up. Pull up the menu, warp to 100 km. The button to access your scanner, 1, 2, 3 from the top right here on your control panel down here. 1, 2, 3 scanners. It's going to come up with 4 options. You're going to want to use the far left scanner, probe scanner. You can also alternatively hit Alt, hold Alt and hit P. Now that we have landed 100 from a random moon, you'll notice we're no longer in warp mode and release those probes. So now we have probes in space. You're going to use that first formation, launch pinpoint formation. Let's go up to 8 AU. Now there's 2 signatures in space. Double click on one to center it. Then you're going to grab your whole entire formation of probes, center it, double click out in space to go to a side view, recenter it, double click again to make sure top view is still aligned, and hit analyze. Now that we've analyzed it to this point, we have 12.4. Let's go ahead and drag our probes back. So it deviated just ever so slightly. That's called deviation, where it wasn't actually where we thought it was going to be. We're going to go here, double click out in space to get a side view. Make sure you realign your probes down to the middle again. We're going to go down to from 8 AU to 4 AU and hit analyze. All right, we have our first relic site. Okay, fantastic. So it only deviated just a little tiny bit. Let's go ahead and realign our probes, double click, and our probes are nice and lined up. If you want to center the object right in the middle of your view, you can just double click it here or double click it here. We're going to go ahead. We have 25%. We're going to go ahead and go down to 2 AU. All right, now we have 51%. Realign, go down to 1. All right, we have our first relic site. We were only at 1 AU and we were able to get a whole 100% signal, which it changed from 100% to a warp 2 symbol. You can click that there or right click and hit warp to 0. It's going to give you a little rundown of what it is. It's some ancient ruins with some old ships inside of it. What I like to do is, while I'm warping to that next location, just a pro tip, I like to rescan the next area. You don't have to, but I like to do that. Just a little pro tip for you. Okay, we are here. Now, if you pull up your general tab by clicking general far left, you'll see that there are looks like 4 total sites. So we're just going to go to the nearest one. We're going to right click and hit approach. Now I did fit a propulsion device on here. Boom. It's going to make us go a little bit faster. We only need to be within 5,000 of this item in order to use our relic analyzer. So you can see that we're at 1800 and some change here. Control spacebar to stop the ship to make sure it's sitting perfectly still. And we're going to click the relic analyzer button. So this is going to answer the second portion of the what do I do question, and that is the minigame. This is actually hacking the relic site. So we're looking at an old ship that's from a war from a long time ago, and we're going to decrypt each node in the computer system of the old ship. Here we have encrypted nodes. When we click on it, it's going to give us a number. Boom, 2. Okay, so there's going to be something we need, either something beneficial or the actual system core or the gate to this in 2 of these section jumps out. Okay, so 1, 2, or 1, 2, or even 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to click this node. So the objective, in my opinion, if you want to go a little faster to try to analyze this in a certain direction as you go, you kind of want to go from this corner down to the bottom right corner and then go up from there if there's nothing down there. Very rarely are you going to see the system core right close to you. Does happen, but very rarely. Okay, so that one said 2. So we did find a node 2 out. Now these are called data caches. You don't want to click on these. They could either be a firewall, which is bad, that's going to hold you up and hurt you from continuing on your path to the system core, or it could be something good, but we don't want to take that 50-50 risk right now. All right, that says 2, so it could be this way or this way. Let's go here. Remember, I'm trying to drive towards that bottom right corner. This one says 1, so this one, or this one could be the system core or something beneficial to us. Okay, so that actually was the system core there, and I went ahead and clicked on that, not seeing the system core. But this is great. I wanted to teach how to take care of a firewall. So there's a firewall in the way. You'll notice they grayed out the system core. Now, once you hack the system core, you're in, but there is a firewall in the way. So imagine that here down in your dial here, that 95 is your health and 25 is your attack. Okay, so we're at a relic site right now. So my skills, my Tunes skills, have me up to 25 on the virus strength, have me at 95 on virus coherence. If I click on this firewall right here, I'm going to damage it for 25. It's got 40 health, so it's still going to be alive when I'm done. And then it's going to hit me for 20, so I'm going to be down to 75 right there. So let's click on it once. Okay, just like we talked about, I'm down to 75. They're down to 15. Now, if I click on it one more time, I attack first. And if my first attack kills the firewall, I'm not going to receive any damage back if I have enough strength to bring that to 0 in the first hit. Okay, so click. Boom, we got rid of that firewall because we did have enough attack to take down the 15 health. Okay, so we did find, luckily, we found the system core very close to our starting point. Sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's up top right. I have seen it a lot, very much on the bottom and very much on the top right there. Okay. So let's go ahead now. We know that this system core has a health of 50. We have an attack of 25. We know we're going to have to click it twice, okay? But we're only going to receive 10 damage in the process. So 1, okay, we're down to 65. 2, and the system hack was successful. We've accessed this old ship's security system, and now we can unlock its cargo. So let's go down here, open cargo. So we have some loot. Let's go ahead and highlight both of those and drag them into our cargo hold, okay? We do have 3 other nodes to hack. Let's go do that now. It's important that once you've already hacked something that you go ahead and unlock that last target, because now you're only looking at the one target, the one that's in front of you that you should be dealing with. So it's only 1,400 meters away. We can go ahead and select our data analyzer and do the mini game. Again, here's 3. That means there's something 3 away. Okay, we've already run into a firewall very early. Now what you can do in this case is go ahead and try to defeat that firewall and continue on the path to the bottom right, or you can go along the top and try to analyze this portion over here. In this case, we're going to go ahead and try to run across the top here. So 4, there's still something 4 away. Okay, another firewall. Okay, so we've got to kind of pick and choose which one we want to do. I think we should go ahead and try to go down and to the right. So 2 hits takes care of that firewall. We only took the damage from the first one. Okay, so there is something 1 node away from this node. Okay, and it's right there. Okay, this is, again, the subroutine that we want to go ahead and pre-click. Now, once we click on it, it gives us a little bit of health there. And once we click the next node, it'll give us some more health. And the next node will give us the rest of the health. So now we have 99 health again. Again, we only have 25 attack here. I'm going to go down this way and see if the core is somewhere around here. Let's knock this firewall out by double clicking. And there's our system core. Now we're just going to double click twice. We're going to, we're going to single click twice and access the system core. Now this one just had some carbon in it. Okay. It's an old burn up ship. Remember to unlock your previous target. Right click, unlock. Okay. Now I'm a little old school. I do things the old way. I mean, a lot of people use the selected items window. Some people will hold in space and double click for the radial wheel. You can kind of do it however you feel is necessary, whatever's more comfortable for you. We're going to go ahead and approach that next debris. So you can just go like this and go approach. We're going to stop the ship at about 3,000. Okay, let's go ahead and control click. There we go. And the next mini game begins. Now that we have our third target in front of us with our mini game pulled up, we have something called the rule of 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's almost like a little circle, if you will. In the middle is a node that will never have anything inside of it. Okay, it's safe to click on and it will not have a firewall in it. Now there's one exception to that rule, and if there is a firewall in this middle section right here, that means that the system core is only one jump away in one of these 6. So let's start here, 3. There's a rule of 6 node right here, so it says 2. We'll go ahead and go down this path, 2 as well, 2. The reason you're seeing repeating numbers is because those items are still 2 nodes away. Here's a rule of 6, rule of 6, rule of 6, rule of 6. Okay, so that one says 1 away. There's a firewall in front of us. All right, we got a subroutine. Awesome. Got another firewall in front of us. 1. Okay, 2 nodes were in that section. Okay, so we went this way, and then I went down into the middle. Like I said, it's usually on the bottom or the top on that top row. So again, we have a system core here. Let's double click, and we have access to the cargo. Now you'll notice if we're sitting any further than I think it's 2,000, it'll approach in. There's nothing inside of here. Okay, so we'll unlock that target. This does happen occasionally. Okay, last target. Let's go ahead and approach. Activate propulsion. Turn it off again. Control click. Okay, we'll hit control space to stop the ship. And let's reapproach. So you can do this. You can approach that way, or you can simply hit Q on your keyboard or hit this button up here for approach. Okay, once we're closer to 2,000, I'll stop the ship and hit the data, or excuse me, the relic analyzer. Okay. Subroutine right away. Firewall right in our way there to get down to the bottom right-hand corner. 2. A lot of these today. Rule of 6, rule of 6, rule of 6. Okay, so we have something in this first slot here. Okay, and we have the system core. Double click, open it up. Notice that I defeated all 3 of those firewalls and then went straight to the system core. Unless you have the fear of failing the hack by not having enough health, you don't have to go through those cores. You can look around them. Okay, so we have a telemetry processor, 41,000 ISK. Okay, good deal. All right, so that, folks, in a nutshell, is how we gain things from a relic site. All right, great job. All right, so that's it for our exploration video. I hope you new bros can get out there, grab a very cheap ship, fit it up, get out there and start scanning and start hacking. Whether it be relic or data sites, you'll be able to get quite a bit of loot. And once you learn the process a little better, you can get out into low sec and null sec. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, please hit us up in our comment section. We do stream 11 p.m. Alaska time every single night here at Switch It Games. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.